Taking a chance to learn what's in my head. And reel out the thoughts that fill me with dread. You die for me when I won't even cry for you. Oh, please, Lord, tell me what must I do? Taking out a page each day from the letter you wrote to me. A book of lies that I despise, but with your animosity. Take me back to a time we met on that bank holiday. We made it right from the first night till you threw it all away. Would you dance to make my grave when I'm gone? Or see me for that man that I've become? Would I see that you care when I'm in need of you the most? But you don't care. You're not there anymore. Confusion is a gift that forever falls my own way. I've never been so proud of that man I am today. Take me back to a time of our once happy days. Still you seem to ever haunt me with your condescending ways. Now it's time to do things right and get you out of my head. And reel out the thoughts that fill me with dread. Would you dance to make my grave when I'm gone? Or see me for that man that I've become? But would I see that you care when I'm in need of you the most? But you don't care. You're not there anymore. And the pain you caused fell from afar. And the message that you portrayed, it caused me too much sorrow and pain. But I won't fall for that anymore. Would you dance to make my grave when I'm gone? Or see me for that man that I've become? Would I see that you care when I'm needing you the most? But you don't care. You're not there anymore.
Yo, wait, am I lagging? Oh, there we go. Should
Good.
Yes, people, welcome back to another stream, man. Listen, we're gonna have to rename this, innit? We're gonna have to rename this show because this is known as the title race show. But of course, there is no title race. It's over, man. It's over. Sorry, Potsy, man. I'm gutted for you, bro. I genuinely am because, like, you know, for me, yeah, I realized 4 months ago, I wasn't winning the league, innit? So I'm chill. I got into terms with this real quick, man. But, bro, you over the last couple of weeks, bro, you know, my mate It's been sad to see you like this. It really, really has. But yeah, guys, smash the like. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. But there is only one place to start, and it is with Liverpool. Champions, it's not official, it's not mathematically done, but anyone with a brain knows that this is well and truly over. Roms, man, for me, best team in the league this season, most consistent team in the league this season. Yes, you can say whatever about City dropping off and Arsenal dropping off, but Liverpool have just been very consistent, get the job done. And yeah, man, deserved champions, isn't it, bro?
Yeah, bro. Like I said, like rivals are supposed to do their job, and when you're playing down an achievement, it's because it is an achievement. Let's be honest. But yeah, everyone fell off. But what is there just not supposed to be a league winner? Someone has to rise to the fore and win the league, and it was us. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, for me, the league was done a while ago. I think after the Villa game, we came on here. There was a bit of doubt in the fan base. Wolfie was asking this question, but I still said, look, it's annoying because momentum's key, but I still think we'll win this league. And I didn't see the West Ham result coming at all. This Forest result, in fact, Wolfie actually let me down because I thought you would win. I didn't even think it would be a job, so that's on you. But I didn't see the West Ham result coming at all. But yeah, yesterday we got the job done. Again, I think first half was probably one of the best halves of football I've seen us play. We're popping it about, triangles, everything just looked so fluid. It was like liquid football. And yeah, again, some people can say we got fortunate. We probably did because Isaac's a big loss. I think he's got 5 goals in his last 7 games against us. So it wasn't, and Wilson went through one. I don't know if you don't watch the game because we were all playing at the same time, but Wilson went through 1-on-1 a few times. And if that's Isaac, he probably scores a couple of goals for them. No Joe Linton, no Sven Botman. So the cup final will be completely different. But we did what we needed to do. Just carry on winning. Next 2 games are both home games as well. Arsenal got 2 tough games away, but we just did what we had to do, man. And being a Liverpool fan right now is it's amazing because forget even it's the league. This could be a very special season. We could actually do the baby treble. We've got the League Cup final, which will be tough, but I back us still to win. Champions League, which look, I know people just saying it's Madrid's, but who's to say they knock out Atletico? Atletico are very formidable, and they've been a thorn in this Madrid side over the last couple of years. I think now I don't want to bite off more than I can chew, but now the league's done, I'm now looking at the other competitions because why stop? You want to keep winning trophies. You'll know about it, LB. You win one, you want to carry on winning other trophies. But yeah, we're on cloud 9 right now, honestly. And Sabozda, a player that I've criticized majority of the season, he's just come to the fore now. How many times did I say, LB, on this channel, Midday Live, look, his decision making is poor. He's not getting numbers. Slot come out and said, so if you get what I say, the own manager come out and said, look, his numbers need to improve. He's come out and he's scored. The things he's scoring goals in the most pivotal time of the season now. He's got one today, one against Man City. I think he got one against, was it the opening goal against Ipswich a couple weeks ago? He's coming to the fore. Salah again, just doing things. He's probably gonna have the best individual season we've seen. I think he needs 5 goals and assists to break it. I think it's 48 combined, and it will be impressive because Shearer and Andy Cole, they're at the top. They played 42 game seasons. Again, him with another assist yesterday. I think Jota, again, his shooting boots aren't on as much, but I think he worked so hard yesterday, won the ball for us a lot. But it was routine stuff, and I genuinely think we go on a little run in the league now. We've got Southampton next. We know how they're playing. That's probably going to be a 4-5-0 game. Get our goal difference up even more. Everton after that, Merseyside derbies are always tricky, but at Anfield, I back us. Then, yeah, we got the League Cup final after that. But the only thing I was just on a stream with Hooks, man. I just saw our fixture schedule. We play PSG at Anfield a couple of days before the cup final, and I didn't realize the sequence of games, right? And I actually think we'll probably lose the first leg to PSG, and then we'll deal with them at Anfield. But we're going to have to give so much in that game. Then we're going to have to play a Newcastle side that, in my opinion, they're not going to play Isaac, Botman, or Joe Linton until that final. I said, right, after they won 9 in a row in the league, they're going to throw the league. In my opinion, you're going to see their form drop. Bournemouth then slap them at their own ground. I think they're going to wrap Sven Botman, Isaac, and Joe Linton for that cup final in bubble wrap. So that's going to be tough. And that's the next game I'm actually looking at where I'm a bit worried. But in terms of the league, it's wrapped up. I actually think we'll win it with about 3-4 games to spare now. We'll probably win it.
Yeah. 100%, man. What are you like? Is it 12 points, 11 points?
13 clear. So even if they win their game in hand, we're still double digits ahead. We're still 10.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Listen, let me bring Potsy in here, man, because obviously his team is the one that's been trying to get back into this title race, given the fact City embarrassingly exited this race back in like November, December time. Potsy, man, what's going on here? How can you look at your team that should have really won the league this year when City dropped and be so far off of Liverpool who've come in with a new manager, man? What are you putting this down to, bro?
Well, the club's a shambles top to bottom, bruv. And I mean, I think Wolfie will agree that game last night was dire. And my God, if that is what second and third place can do, I think it shows the level that's dropped this season. Wow. Fair play to Liverpool. I'm not making excuses to why they won the league. They deserve it. But crikey, the rest of us are embarrassment, aren't we? Really, to try and do what we've done. So let's be real. I don't want people to think like I'm being bitter here, because I genuinely think Liverpool are great this season and they've been fantastic. But I don't look at them and think, wow, they'll be remembered like the Centurions or the treble winners or the Invincibles or any of those. I actually think the last time Liverpool won the league, their team was better. So I look at it right now and I think, do you know what? Like, this is an embarrassment from everybody else. I'm not talking about Ipswich Towns and Southamptons. Of course I'm not. I'm talking about even the Man Uniteds and the Tottenhams and the Cities and the Chelseas and Arsenals of this world that are supposed to be putting pressure on. My goodness, like, got nowhere near. Like, how can you be in 5 years of a process, phase 5 or 6 or 27 or what the fuck it is now, and you're finishing 13 points off of a Liverpool side that sacked Klopp and brought in Arnie Slot that no one knew about? How can you be in that position? You look at the club top to bottom, they're a shambles. The owners of process was to get us back into the Champions League. Now they've done that. They're not fussed. They're not bothered. The last 2 transfer windows showed us they're not bothered about going for a title. Then you look at the board at Arsenal. Edu's not been replaced. He's been put on fucking gardening leave. Sorry for my swearing, by the way, LB. And I look at the situation of him not being replaced. We have no sporting director whilst we go into a winter transfer window, which is one of the most important in the recent club's history. And we don't have a sporting director. And they have chosen, for whatever reason, along with Mikel Arteta, to do nothing until the summer. And they have thrown all the dice on Havertz and Martinelli not getting fit, not getting injured. And within 4 days, both of them are out for pretty much the rest of the season, other than Martinelli, who might make the last few weeks. That, for me, is absolutely criminal.
Bro, can I just say something? Can I say something, bro? I've known you for like, what, 2 years now, 3 years, something like that. I don't think I've ever seen you this like down and dejected. Bro.
Same.
I think he's reached his limit, mate. Because look, Potts has called this out since Arteta was in, and I think Potts saw it early, but it's just taken this long for it to be made fact. I don't know if that makes sense, Potts, but like you could see this from the start, from all the videos I used to watch of you. You could see it.
I think it's exhaustion and kind of tiredness now from me. I'm not ranting and raving anymore. I don't know if you watch all my fan cams, but I'm not even screaming on them anymore.
Well, I just saying to Wolfie before the stream started, I said I watched Pops' AFTV cam last night, and I said he was chill. He was pretty calm. Like I thought he was like going to be mad.
That's more damning. I think that's more damning.
Yeah, exactly. You know what it is, Wolfie? It's acceptance.
Yeah.
It's like acceptance that maybe this is just fucking who we are, or like I don't know what it is, but it's not.
I don't think it's acceptance, mate. I mean, we're talking like he's not here. Apologies, Dan, but it's just inevitability.
I'd rather you do the talking than me. Trust. I've done enough of that.
I just feel like we got him on the couch here, boys. Little therapy session for him. But I just feel it's inevitability. I don't think I've ever watched any of your videos over the last 3 years or so and thought what you're saying doesn't make sense. And you had these purple patches, but still the problem was always these transfer windows. And I think the biggest issue right now is what Arteta's still saying. I mean, he got asked over my dead body again after the match yesterday, and he's still swinging like something's going on. It's like
I saw a quote, and with AI and everything, you don't know what's real to what's fake nowadays, right? But after the game, I didn't really look at any of the post-match press conferences, and I see this morning that apparently he said, "Well, we took more points off Forest," so he's insinuating who's better out of Liverpool and Arsenal. I was thinking, how cheeky! You
really?
Just drew a game. Yeah, I thought it was fake, but it was actually a real quote. After this post-match, he was insinuating that Liverpool didn't take as much points off Forest. That it's still possible that basically means we're better. I'm paraphrasing, not word for word. And I was thinking, you're just so arrogant now. And word to what LB said, that I've known Potts maybe a bit less, maybe about 2 years, and I've never seen him like this. And me and Potts were speaking earlier, weren't we, on WhatsApp? And I was saying a big problem, in my opinion, is the younger fan base. Because I think if you're about 30 plus, I was speaking to Turkish about this the other day as well. If you're about 30 plus, you know how great your club once were. And
standards.
when you see a lot of these Arsenal fans that are born late 90s, early 90s that haven't seen a great Arsenal, this is the best it's got for them. So they love this. They're like, hold on, I'll see my team in 8th and that second's enough. And it's like, no, then you have the older generation that this isn't acceptable. And the thing is, I don't like when, just because they've not seen it, they can't research and see what Arsenal once were. And surely you want to get back to it, because the Cronkies and stuff are seeing this. They're seeing like big content creators that maybe haven't seen the great Arsenal and seeing that they're still happy with Arteta. They're like, you know what, we're fine.
No, you know what though, Ron? What's mad is a couple of weeks ago I would have actually agreed with you and said, yeah, there's a generation of fans. And then I get this 6'7" Simon Jordan drunk come up to me.
I see
who
that.
clearly isn't young and he's in his 60s, telling me that I'm negative for wanting us to demand trophies and success isn't about trophies, and he'd rather have Arteta than George Graham and be entertained and not win.
That's
so it ain't
crazy.
just the young players. We've brainwashed the whole of this fan base has been brainwashed, by Mikel Arteta and this process. And the Cronkies are absolutely lapping it up and laughing, by the way, because they have not spent any money in January, right? And there's still a lot of the fans that are looking forward to the summer because they've told them we're going to have a war chest. Now, I've been told I'm going to have a war chest. To be fair, Rom, so have you by FSG for the last 4 years, yeah? So you know what that's like. I'm just pleased that Forest have managed to stop Liverpool going unbeaten because, like, I think you're going to win the rest of your games. Like, there's no pressure on Liverpool now. There's absolutely no pressure on Liverpool now. Like, you're going to go, no one's bothered. There's no pressure on us. No one's even going close to us. We'll just go and walk through the rest of the season. And Arsenal and a lot of the other clubs, but definitely Arsenal, need to look at that. Manchester City, they've had a drop-off finally of the last decade, right? Wow. Oh, my God, what a disgrace. Arsenal in the last 2 decades haven't even got close to a Premier League title. Let's be real. Yeah. So how we can actually go through with this and still continue to believe in this process is absolutely washed on me. I've tapped out. I'm deflated. I'm done. If I'm honest with you, I was kind of done when Saka went down, right? But now that he hasn't been replaced, it's like job done, title done. We are not going to beat PSV. And I've got people saying to me, oh, are you going to try and get tickets to the Bernabeu away, Dan? Are you joking? Bruv, we might not even get past PSV. Welcoming Mbappe and Vinny Jr. to the Emirates. We're not even there yet, my guy. We can't score a goal. We've got Mikel Merino up front, who, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, Wolfie, last night. Where the hell was that guy?
Where was he playing?
Right, where was he playing? I don't know if he was right back, left back, or back left in the changing room. Calafiori, by the way, this guy we bought him, defensively sound player who can go forward and hit the post, but can't do anything. Who played on your right wing? Was it Elanga or Hudson-Odoi? Just absolutely on toast all the game.
Hudson-Odoi. He booked him in the first minute. Yeah.
Stinker and hooked at half time, and then he was at fault and Stinker at hooked at half time, and then West Ham game because he was at fault for Wan-Bissaka. That's our big money signing in for a Champions League club. £40 million on him. Now, Chris Hudson made a good point on my channel just now, right? He said if we would have kept Karl Hein as our backup goalkeeper, Reece Nelson, Smith Rowe, Fabi Vieira, all those guys, and done nothing, we'd be in a better position than we are right now, signing Calafiori and Marino and all these guys. Yeah, look at this. Look at this, man. Look at this. This is our centre forward, people.
The chat can't stay. For some reason, StreamYard's not showing the
everyone's having problems this morning.
But basically, chat, if you want to go and have a look at Mikel Merino's heat map yesterday, go on SofaScore and have a look on Mikel Merino's game yesterday, and his heat maps are madness. It's crazy. You know what's mad about it as well, Potsy, right? Is this, City have been really bad this year, right? And I've called it out many, many times, the problems, right? But you know what's crazy? You know the difference, I think, between like me and you, when you have a bad season and we have a bad season, is like I fully back the club to sort the shit out in January, and they made a start, and I fully back them to sort it out in the summer, and I reckon next year we'll win the league. Because even though we've made mistakes, I believe that this club will do what's right and fix the problems. Pep will sort it out and find a solution next year. And I believe we'll win that title back off of Liverpool next year, innit? I feel like, and that's why, I'm obviously gutted that we've not won the league this year. Of course, I'm gutted with the way we've played and how bad it's been at times. But like, I can get myself a bit more positive because I can believe that next year we can win it back. Whereas I feel like with a lot of Arsenal fans, or at least the ones that are critical of the club, and want to see success. It's like you feel like you're in this never-ending cycle of when are we actually going to win something, because you can't trust the board because they've done nothing. Trust is earned, right? Trust is earned, and the board haven't done anything at Arsenal to earn anybody's trust, because if they knew what they were doing, they would have signed players in January, right? I mean, that's just crazy that they didn't sign players in January.
Do you think they didn't sign? For me, I've been like analyzing this Arsenal situation. I think they sat down in January and thought to themselves, "We're not catching Liverpool. Why spend? Let's just wave the white flag now. Save
If
the
that's
money.
true,
And do it in
if that's
the
true,
summer."
Wolfie, that
That's
is
terrible.
absolutely shambolic.
Yeah,
I'm not, defending it. I'm just saying, when you look at it from the outside, that has to be their thinking. Like,
No,
we
it
can't
can't be.
replace
I don't know
Saka.
what it can be, but it can't be that.
Though? If you go back though, right? I know you're mentioning the board, LB, and I know Potts agrees. It's also Arteta, because let's not act like he's not been given money. Because look, Arsenal are a massive football club. If they want, I don't know, 70% of the nines in the world football, as long as there's not another big club like a Madrid or maybe a City or whatnot rivaling them, they'll most likely get it over the line, right? Arteta's chosen to sign people like Havertz, Marino, Calafiori, when he could have strengthened other departments. Jesus as well, which LB was always saying he's not a number 9, he's a right winger. And I know that because his record against us, all of his goals would come from the right side. But I know a lot of people have criticism for the Cronkies, but it's complicit. They're both complicit because they have given him money. 750 million is more than enough over a 5-year span to guide Arsenal to a league title. I mean, it's the third time they're going to finish second. So I agree with you, LB, because even my board's the same. The only reason why we've been successful is because we had a world-class manager with world-class players. If we were in a similar position as Arsenal, have you clocked with Liverpool? The minute it gets rough, it's FSG out. But when it's rosy, you don't hear nothing at all. So my board's the same. I'm not just going to say it's the Cronkies, but Arteta, I feel that's not from Potts and the minority, but from a lot of the fan base, he gets away scot-free as well, because Cronkies have given him money. Yes, they could have given him maybe a bit more or whatnot, but who's to say they didn't give him money in January and he just decided not to spend it? We don't 100% know that. So I think it's both. They're both complicit.
This guy's got the most powerful voice at the club, right? Josh Kroenke and Arteta. So why has Arteta not gone up with his powerful voice in January and said, I demand at least 2 players in this attack? Because Aston Villa brought Rashford and Asensio and Donny, and that Donny, what's his name? Marlon. Right? And all 3 of them, to be fair, whether you wanted them at Arsenal or not, have all impacted in the last couple of games. West Ham went and got a striker. Tottenham went and got 2 players. Manchester United were a mess when I got a fullback to try and add to the Amorim side. We have done absolutely nothing. How can we be in a situation right now where we've had 2 of the worst transfer windows when this was the year Arsenal was supposed to win the league? And the fan base, by the way, who I still think are an absolute disgrace, the majority of them, said that he had to win a trophy this season or he had to go. Now, the goalposts are moved again. All of the excuses are coming out. Oh, shit. Oh, we might have to sack him. Right, what can we say now? Oh, Klopp inherited the team. Slot inherited the team.
Injuries, mate.
All this crap, injuries, red cards, referees. Just throw it all at me. It can't be Mikel Arteta. Even he's coming at him off press conferences now, saying it's red cards and referees and VARs. It's not me. Oh my. If this team was any other manager, they'd be mid-table and out the Champions League.
He's lost it up here, mate. He's lost it up here. It's just because he knows he had to win this season. But what I want to ask you, Potts, is why does he get more protected than Wenger? That's what, Wenger had credit in the bank. He won titles and trophies. And there was still a movement for him to go, a bigger movement than I'm seeing for Arteta, who, in my opinion, has 0 credit in the bank. Am I reading it wrong, or is there more protection for Arteta than Wenger?
That question. I asked myself. I actually said on Judge's channel the other day, am I the deluded one? Maybe it is me. It must be, because I'm asking this and I'm getting a brick wall. Like, why are we marching down Hornsey Road to get Wenger out in the last 5 years of his tenure when it was more successful than the first 5 years of Mikel Arteta's? Why are we doing that? Why did we go down? I would have rather kept Arsene Wenger now if I would have seen into the future. Can you imagine Arsene Wenger with a 750 million war chest at the attack and what goals we'd be scoring right now?
Yeah, I've said this. I've said this in the past.
I'm not saying I wanted to
his hands were tied because of the stadium. There was a lot of that period where his hands were tied because of the stadium.
Bruv, he was a shield for the Cronkies just like Mikel Arteta, so both of them have got to hold it L. Mikel Arteta has told the world in a press conference that these are the hungriest sports owners in the world. And he's worked at Manchester City, this clown, right? So how the hell can you say under Shapeman Shaw. Oh, that was good, but I can't believe how good these Cronkies are. They're so much better. He's talking crap because they've paid him £15 million a year to keep that stum. That's what they've done. Yeah, just like they did with Arsene Wenger, who was the shield. Now, the best thing he can do, and the most respect I'd have for him, is to go, I'm done, laters, and walk at the end of the season. He's not going to do that because they're paying him that much money, right? So we're stuck with this guy. We are absolutely stuck with this geezer, just like we're stuck with this ownership. And if you ask me now, who do I want to get rid of, owners or board? I would, manager. I would get rid of the owners, because the next owners that come in need to show ambition, that they go, who's this guy? He ain't waiting for him 5 years. Off he goes, son. Let's go and get a proper manager. That's what the proper ownership will do. And unfortunately, we have got owners that are more than happy with top 4 football. And that's what we've got. The process is done to the Cronkies. They put their feet up back in the Champions League. And you know what? Don't laugh when I say this. Don't think we're getting top 4 this season if we carry on. No, we've got 12 games to go, mate.
My mate, he doesn't do YouTube or not. He's asked fan. He said, we're not even going to get top 4. I said, but this was about a week ago. I was like, oh, you're exaggerating. And then he messaged me last night that, am I still exaggerating? Because we can't, like I was saying to you earlier, Potts, this morning, I think the concern for Arsenal is not only you're not scoring, you're not even creating chances anymore. When you had Havertz and whatnot, you still wouldn't score as much, but you would still see chances being created. You're not even creating chances. Wolfie would agree. Murillo and Milenkovic could have had a cigar in their mouth. You're crossing the ball in and they're just clearing everything. That was the easiest defensive game.
They had one shot on target. One shot. We played in a low block, and we had arguably the better. Well, they hit the post, but we had 2 shots on target. Wood should have scored if he'd gone for the far post instead of near. He should have scored that. It was the worst football match I've seen this season.
You said this. You said, and I called you crazy. We normally do, but you said, don't be surprised if Arsenal drop out the top 4. I was being serious.
Once they lost their attack.
I don't see that. I don't see them dropping out the top 4.
They shouldn't do LB, but I'm telling you, if you watch that game yesterday, I'm sure Potts will back me up. It's embarrassing to say that second versus third in the league.
They've got a 10-point gap on Newcastle with 11 games to go.
Goals, bro. We don't score goals.
I don't see that.
In the last 4 games, we haven't scored goal. We've had 3 games in the last 4. We ain't scored a goal. And like Forest scored 3 against Newcastle. We've had 3 shots on target in 3 seasons at St James's Park.
That's crazy.
Forest have actually scored 3 goals in James Park. We're going into this now with absolutely nothing, and this manager's doing nothing to change it up. Marino up top again. Calafiori inverting. Tierney being flung on. Zinchenko in midfield. This is what we're doing. Sterling.
How many fullbacks were you inverting yesterday, man? Honestly, I didn't know where half your players were playing at one point. They were all attacking Einar's side. You were like triple loading your left side. And it was like no one's in the middle. I thought Wanyeri's side was being completely ignored. I thought he was a bit of a ghost yesterday. Wasn't utilised. Odegaard, a touch here and there every now and again, never really demanded the ball. All that happened was it just kept getting recycled back to Declan Rice. They'd come against our low block and then nothing. It was such a dead game, man. I think if they played till now, Potts, neither team have scored since kickoff yesterday.
Did you hear Nuno after the game? I saw it this morning. His post-match. He said, "They said, well, why didn't you play like a 3 or 5 at the back?" He's like, "I didn't need. They don't have a striker." And it was
I sent it to Potts. So it's like they don't have a striker. Why would I waste a body there?
Even knows they don't. He even knows, man. He even knows. Like, let's be real. We have a goalkeeper that's clearly a Premier League goalkeeper. We have a back line which a lot of people would take a lot of players from. We also have a pretty good midfield when they're all on fire. Partey, Rice, Odegaard, etc. And that's where it stops right now. We have got nothing. We're relying on a 17-year-old kid. We're relying on Leandro Trossard, who, by the way, has fallen off an absolute cliff. And then we're playing either Sterling, either Marino, and then someone else has a chop up front. And then we go, right, who else hadn't to go up front yet? If you had to go Raya, do you want to have a go up top? Like, this is what it's getting like at the moment. And we have put ourselves in this position. So if the board and the ownership are looking at this, thinking this is the end of their process, they need to leave, because they've got no ambition to win football matches. Anybody that thinks this owners are hungry to win are absolutely clueless, because in 18 years they've been here, they haven't won anything. Yeah. Handful of FA Cups, which, let's be real, was Arsene Wenger, not the Cronkies, that won that. Yeah. So now we're in a situation where we're going into the 6th year of Mikel Arteta, because he will be the manager and he will be staying. We are not going to win the Champions League. In my opinion, we're going to lose to PSV, probably on aggregate like 1-0 or 2-1 or something like that. And then we're going into the next summer, and everybody will get excited in this fan base. We're going to sign Isak, and we'll end up with Sesko. We're going to sign Cunha, and we'll end up with Nico Williams, who scored 2 goals this year. We'll get Zubimendi. He'll be the next bloody Patrick Vieira in this fan base. That's what this is what our fans do. They hype everything up to the top level, and then we get disappointment right at the end. And then what will happen at the end of that season when we're trophyless is, well, Man City are back now under Pep. What do you expect? What do you expect?
We have to wait for Pep to leave. Yeah.
Honestly, bro.
Can I ask you something? It's a little left field. Obviously, coming from me, might not come across as weird. But do you think you would win the Champions League next season?
No, not with this manager. No.
I'm just looking at it now. Is it not better for you to end up in a Europa spot? Because that might trigger the Cronkies, because they're not going to go, whether you like it or not. They're not going. But them dropping out of the Champions League to get rid of Arteta, you could then go and comfortably win that Europa League next year, guarantee your Champions League spot, and get yourself a new manager. I just wonder, for the long-term gain, would short-term pain be better for the
It's a really good question, man. It's a really good question, and it's not a crazy one either, because the only way I see this manager leaving or being sacked is if he regresses incredibly. Yeah. And if we fall out, and I'm talking, let's say he finishes 7th this year. Not that I think we will finish that low, but let's just say that it's a madness at the end. Yeah. And we go completely out of it. I think a lot of the fans will then start to say, right, enough's enough. But I still think there'll be enough of the fans to keep the Arteta here. Now, the owners are the biggest problem. I don't think they're going to leave even if we finish in the top 6, mate. I don't think the owners are going to go, right, I'm done then, get us out. But it will be the first step for us to go, right, they haven't got Champions League money again now, so we need to protest and get these guys out, because finishing 6th and 7th in a 5-year process is an absolute disgrace. Now, there was someone earlier, Roms, who said to me, oh, you're just having a Liverpool season when they lost and played Kabak and Nat Phillips at the back. But you actually had no choice at that stage. You didn't refuse to buy centre-halves, right? You didn't say, right, I'm not buying any more centre-backs. I'm going across 2 windows and I'm still not buying a centre-back, still not buying one. We have gone how many years now? 5 without buying a striker. And you're telling me Jesus, who ain't a striker, and everyone told me it wasn't when we signed him. Havertz, who ain't a striker, and everyone told me was when he weren't signed him. And we're still saying that those 2 are the ones that are going to take us across the line. Even if they were fit right now, I still wouldn't have the faith that we win the league. You know what I mean? So I don't get this. And like, people are saying to me, oh, well, we've got all of our front line out. We haven't really, have we? Because Trossard and Martinelli, people say, is half and half. One plays one game, one plays the other. Waneri, everyone's telling me, is the next best thing they've seen. So he's 17-year-old coming through. He's never and then you've got Sterling, who was bought as backup in the summer. So if you don't rate this, then you don't rate the manager, because he's bought these players. Yeah, he bought Trossard, he bought Sterling. They're his players. Yeah, Kai Havertz and Jesus, they're not really strikers. Well, who bought them? 4, by the way, are combined. Get ready for it. £115 million spent on these 2 players, and 500k a week bought on these players. Oh, far more than that. 550k a week. So you're telling me 550k a week and 115 million, and you're buying them 2 as your main strikers? Are you mad?
Yeah, you could have had Tony for 40 mil.
That's crazy. Let me hit these chats before we move it on. Big up to LB, who says Echeverri season Brea, our new Argentine number 10. Yeah, man, he's been announced this morning. Echeverri season. Remember the name, lads. Remember the name. This is the next Messi, boys. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, this guy's a serious.
I've heard you say that like 20 times in the last month, man.
Is this the under-20s Argentina guy or whatever?
He even changes the name. He called him Eche Messi. He doesn't even call him by his actual name.
Bro, trust me, man. This guy's a baller. You all get to know real soon, man. You all get to know real soon. Big up to LB, man. Big up to Bevel. Says, Dan, didn't you know you need a striker? You need a goal scorer, right? Says Bevel.
You don't need a striker.
That was
I didn't understand
crazy.
that. What was you literally say? He was literally agreeing with me, but disagreeing with me.
It was Dan's face that was the funniest. But he's just staring at him.
I've always just thought striker's someone that scores goals.
Exactly.
Apparently now a striker's not someone that scores goals. A striker is someone that holds the ball up. I call that a target man. I used to call that a target man. You know, but it is what it is, man. People arguing over stupid
I was
shit.
shouting at the screen like, you're literally agreeing with him. Like, what's wrong?
He came into my interview to argue with me, only to find out that he actually agreed with me.
Read the piss,
Weird.
I just remember you going, so what are you actually arguing with me about?
And you got to get him on your channel, Dan. It would be the best podcast ever.
He honestly,
you should actually get him on, bro, and be like, right, what do you actually disagree with me on then?
He's welcome.
You
the
told
thing
me to
is,
go see what's
the
good,
first
man.
thing he shouted at me was, "Why aren't you F4 for going to support Tottenham then?" So I just ignored him, like, and then Robbie invited him on.
Yeah.
I was like, "This guy's drunk, man. What are you doing, Rob?" I think he must regret it now, but maybe he just didn't think he was drunk.
The other thing you crazy up, he was like, "I haven't argued or spoken to you since you'd played." I can't remember what team
Liverpool,
he said it was.
yeah.
Liverpool, whatever.
So do you remember him then?
Your face is like, I don't know you, mate. I don't know you.
Oh.
I think he meant Robbie, not me. But yeah, he was just like really like nuts, man. And when he said that success isn't about trophies, I was kind of done then. I was tapped out then. Like,
so can you confirm which is better, going undefeated?
Oh yeah.
When
he said, I've had an argument with someone in the pub. I thought, you haven't been to the pub, have you?
Big up to Bevo as well. Big up, bro. You good, man. Big up to Citizen Dortmund who says, "Stay humble, Arsenal fans. This was your year."
Yeah,
Before we move on to
that went well.
Before we move on to Forest, and then we will speak about City as well, guys. Do you think Pot City? Because I've got some City fans in my chat. Do you think City could overtake you in the top four, or do you reckon we're too far away?
Brother, how many points are you behind us?
We are
7, I think.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, easy.
7 behind. We both played the same. You've got superior goal difference. Yeah, 11 games to go.
Yeah, I think we'll finish. I think we'll finish 4th or 5th now. I think we'll finish 4th or 5th now. The way we're playing,
I don't see that. I know you're down in the dumps, bro. I don't see you gonna finish 5th or whatever. I think.
You watched the game. Well, don't watch the game last night. Take our word for it,
mate. We are.
Who
are your next fixtures? Who are your next fixtures, Potsy?
They got Man U away in Chelsea.
And United are starting to scum up some results as well.
Yeah.
So
we got Man
they
United,
turned into Stoke FC, mate. They scored 3 corner goals. They're the new Arsenal now, aren't they?
Yeah, I was going to say
goals yesterday.
Apparently, Maguire did a knee slide. The shameless guy, man.
Did he?
Wow.
Apparently, Jack said Maguire did a knee slide, bro. Have some shame.
Didn't Rasmus Højlund try and claim that goal that was an own goal as well? He's that desperate for a goal.
Surprised me. Yeah, he's that desperate. So
we've got PSV. Yeah. PSV, Man United, PSV, Chelsea, Fulham, Everton away. That's our next few games.
I'll tell you what, they're not easy. United's weird, isn't it? Because, like you say, like they win games that they shouldn't win, but they're not easy, bro.
That's what I'm saying. When I was saying it a couple of weeks ago, I was got all trolly, delusional. You can see their attack isn't good enough. They'll keep clean sheets as can they score, and then you're just going to get a few of those West Ham results against them as well.
Okay.
I mean, Forest and City. I think Forest and City could finish above us. I don't know that Newcastle could be the ones coming up. By the way, I think Newcastle, City could both finish above us. I think
Newcastle on the beaches because of this final, though, man.
I don't know, man. I still think they're desperate for Champions League.
Well, how long's Isak out for? What was that injury like, Rums?
Apparently, because I was speaking to Pete, apparently he's not too serious because he was there yesterday. Just weren't obviously he was with the squad. He just wasn't there, but. Apparently should be out for another week or 2, but this is why I think he's not actually out for that time. They're just saving him for the final. But what you just said, LB, I understand that. But I think after the final, because I think we beat them, I think they then pick up their form because they're like your second or third to last game, aren't they, Potts? And Eddie Howe has Arteta's number, so they're going to probably push for top 4 after this Carabao Cup final. I can see it, and they'll probably.
I think they will, man. I think they'll get top 5 Newcastle as well. But I just feel like Arsenal right now, I don't have any confidence in any game, whether it's PSV, whether it's United, whether it's Liverpool, whether it's City. I don't have any confidence whatsoever. If I go to Portman Road against Ipswich, which I will be doing in April, I have no confidence that we'll win. We'll take 3 points. That's how bad we are right now. So there's great saying that we've got our best 11 other than our 2-3 players up top. Those 2-3 players up top are absolutely like key. One of them is Saka, and like Liverpool can actually deal with some of their injuries. Someone said, "Oh, what would Liverpool do without Trent, Salah, and Jota for most of their season?" I'm like, well, they've had injuries. Yes, Salah's not been injured, but Trent was injured. You bring in Colin Bradley. Your forward line is better than ours. Igal told me that it weren't. It is better than ours. Jota is better than Havertz. Gakpo and Diaz have proven the last 2 seasons they've been better than Martinelli and Trossard. Salah is better than Saka. What are we doing
This
here?
time last year, we had a starting 11 out. There's a graphic. You've probably seen it do the round. Going into the Carabao Cup final against Chelsea, we had at least 8 out of 11 starters that were out. We could name a whole other starting 11 of players out. And a majority of them were out for about a month. We still won games. We still took care of business. But that's where it comes down to coaching. You've got Klopp and then you've got Arteta, which some of your fan base said, Arteta could have clipped Klopp's legacy if he wins. It's just like, calm down. Just keep a lid on it, man. Like, walk before you can run. It's
crazy. Let's because we got to end soon. Let's move on to Forest. Obviously, decent point last night, Wolfie, but at the same time, that is only one win in the last 5 Premier League games now.
Mate, you always find these bloody negative stats every time I come on here.
No, mate, because you tried cooking me on Potsy's channel on Monday, about Pep. So I ain't playing Mr. Nice Guy no more. Yeah, you guys are under pressure. You guys are cracking under pressure. I don't care that it was Arsenal. You was at home. You should have won. 1 win in 5. Talk to me. And now, by the way, you are only 4 points.
Yeah, looking at
a point between us. I think I can't think of a season where I've seen the top 4 race, if you like, as tight as this. It goes all the way down to about 9th or 10th. Like Arsenal are closer to 10th place than they are to Liverpool. That's how crazy things are right now. It's too tight. But
wait, is that true?
No, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Sorry, Dan, to add salt to the wound.
Mate, I'm done.
But yeah, so that's how tight it is. The thing is, LB, we got you next at the City Ground. I think we draw that one. After we get past you, 8 of our last 10 are bottom half clubs. We've only got Villa and Chelsea. Oh. So for me, I want to get past you with a draw. That's what I want, and then we can focus on the running, because the rest of our games are all winnable. Look, I've not been happy with the last couple of weeks. I think the football we're playing is fucking bordering Steve Cooper ball again, man. It's so boring to watch right now. Since that Brighton 7-0 thrashing that we did, it's been very, very poor. So Nuno needs to sort it out. This is why, a bit like Potts, I was annoyed with the transfer window in January. I thought, get a couple of players, show your intent. Don't just, show that you're happy to be here kind of thing. Bring a couple of players in. We didn't, and now who knows where we finish. But I still think we get top 5 because of our running. I think the running is good enough. I think there is a possibility, because Chelsea have got Leicester next. You've got us. If you beat us and Chelsea should beat Leicester, we'll be 5th by the end of that game round. And then it'll be interesting to see how the pressure goes on Forest.
Yeah, because you know what's crazy, between Forest in 3rd and like Villa, there's only 6 points between 3rd and 10th.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have you ever seen it like this? Have you ever seen it like I can't remember a season?
Nah,
crazy, man.
Never seen it. Like literally, you lose 2 games in a row, you could be 10th.
Yeah, but if you win 2 in a row, you might as well, get your Champions League theme music in the old CD player. So I think it's so tight, but I think it's tight because Liverpool is so far ahead and the bottom 3 are so shit. That's what's polarizing the league, and then it's bunching up this middle bit, and then you've got the clubs like your Man U's and Spurs and Wolves and what have you in that little batch underneath, where they sometimes will nick a point of someone, but everyone's beating the bottom 3. Liverpool are beating everyone apart from Forest, and then it's those key games in between, like 2nd to 10th. You got to win those games or not lose them. I kind of like this league. It's a bit crazy. I know a lot of people are saying, is this the league standards dropping, because of how tight it is? I think maybe it's the teams that aren't expected to be up there have strengthened well. The squads are good and it's more competitive.
Yeah.
It's shaking it up a little.
Because, like you said, the mid to lower table teams have more money now. So I've always said, if you're talking individual quality, I think if you look at the Premier League stars of 10 years ago compared to now, there's a gulf in class. However, you look at the teams in general, the quality's gone up, because you wouldn't have teams like, let's say, yourself and Villa going out spending 100 million in a window maybe 5, 10, 15 years ago. You just wouldn't. And the thing is, because Premier League's such a big advert for the world, like players, even if a player feels they should be playing for the top 6 club, they'll still go to a mid-table club because it is the Premier League and it's a platform to build your name. So I agree with you, Wolfie. I think in terms of teams, the quality's gone up. Individuals, maybe it's gone down.
Yeah, and Roms, to add to your point, you've got clubs like Forest, like Bournemouth, etc., who are rejecting bids on players.
Exactly.
Like on the final day of the summer window, Newcastle came in for Elanga, and it's rumored to be somewhere between 40 and 50 million. We bought him for 15 mil from United. So you're looking at a really good turnover and profit. And we said no. And we said no, we don't want to change dynamics.
Clubs don't need the money anymore because they're so rich. They don't need the money. You know, like 15, 20 years ago, like there was money, but like if you got a 20, 30 million pound bid, you couldn't really reject that as a club. You know what I mean? If you was like a mid-table club. Nowadays, bro, teams ain't going to accept that. That's why fucking all these teams are asking for like 80, 90 million for players that are like just average ballers because it's like you don't need to sell them. Like Mark Guehi, innit? Mark Guehi rejected 70 million, Palace.
Yep.
I like Mark Guehi. I think he's a good player, but like he ain't 70 fucking million quid.
Do you remember summer deadline day? Not summer just gone, I think 2023 summer, when I think Barca put in a 50 million bid for Richarlison and Spurs rejected it. Do you not remember that story?
Did they?
I don't know how true the story it is, but apparently Barca, it was at the last 2 hours of the window. The chat might know what I'm saying, and then they've turned down at Spurs. We're speaking about Tottenham Hotspur, by the way, rejected a 40-50 million bid from Barca apparently wanted Richarlison. I was thinking, the audacity, you don't reject one, he's pants, and two, that's big money for a player of his quality. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it is mad. Listen, big up to you guys in the chat. Make sure you guys smash up the likes. Big up to make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Big up to LB as well. Says Wolfie, that low block stuff ain't drawing versus City. Well, we'll speak about that next week, innit? On next week's show, man. We'll do a preview. But listen, I want to finish off the show by speaking about City, lads. Big win yesterday. It was a bit of a crazy game. You know, I mean, obviously, you guys probably didn't see it because you're watching your own games. Basically,
I haven't seen any football apart from my game. I just couldn't be bothered.
No, same here. I've not watched anything.
I watched the highlights.
I'll tell you what happened. We should have honestly been 5-0 up after the first half. We actually cooked them in the first half. Like, we actually had like clear opportunities to score. Savio missed an open net. Haaland had a shot saved that he should have scored. We went, I think we was through on goal. We just needed to cross the ball, and Haaland or whoever would have been in the middle for a tap in. The cross went too far. We should have been 3 or 4-0 up easy. And then in the second half, it was same old City from 2 months ago. Like, we was just awful, proper fucking shit. We probably shouldn't have won the game. Then I don't know if you guys seen the goal that we scored.
Why was it disallowed?
Yeah, why?
Oh, so basically, right, it's fucked, right? So basically, apparently, the referee gave handball, so he didn't give the goal. So it went to VAR to check it, and the VAR guy said, we can't find any conclusive evidence to show that it wasn't handball, so don't overturn it. But the reason he couldn't find the conclusive evidence is because he didn't fucking hit his hand. It hit him there.
I heard that they said, because the commentator said, I don't know, I wasn't watching the game, obviously, I was watching the Forest game, that they said you should give the goal.
Well, so I listened to it. So TNT Sports, apparently, they can listen to the VAR, which again, why are they allowed to listen to it? But we're not allowed to listen to it, first of all. But they said on TNT during the live game, they said, oh, the VAR is saying that they're going to give the goal. So he was like, yeah, they're going to give it. They're going to give it. And then the referee blew his whistle and said free kick. And he's like, oh, he's not give the goal. He said, but they just said, so I don't know whether they fucked it up or I don't know what happened. Anyway, it was mad. But then they went down the other end and they should have equalised.
Yeah.
They should have equalised. Literally straight away, they hoofed the ball down to the right hand side. The guy crosses it in. Pape Sarr, 4 yards out, got a free header. And he puts it wide. And I'm like, yo, it would have fucking gone off if they equalised.
And I wish I watched that game instead of the vast parts.
It was actually a decent game, man. It was actually a decent game, man. But listen, for me, I think that was a massive win for our top 4 hopes now, in my opinion. Now, that way, we're back up to the top 4. We're only 1 point behind Forest, which obviously means next week's game is going to be pretty big, to be honest with you. Ahead of Chelsea. 3 critically as well now. 3 ahead of Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? Which is big as well there as well. So, yeah, I think for me, City are slowly getting back to some sort of decentness. We're still miles off what we need to be to go and win a title. Like, you know what I mean? We still need massively improve, but we're miles better than we was like 2-3 months ago. And I think we'll get top 4 now. I think we'll get top 4.
This race is actually quality. I was just looking at the table. It's actually a quality race because, like you lot said, 2 losses you can drop like 3. It reminds me of the championship. You know, like playoff places that from like first like 15. One result can just change the whole complexion. That's what top 4's looking at, right? Top 5, should I say? I saw the coefficient and we're clear. Like,
we're chilling. We're chilling.
Yeah, 5th.
Oh yeah. By the way, we do need to glaze this guy. Like, for some reason, the media pundits in this country don't like him.
I heard he had a stellar game.
This Huzanov is a fucking baller, yeah. Because he made one mistake against Chelsea, everyone's trying to say that he's shit, yeah. Nah, it's fake news, mate. This guy knows how to play football, mate. Yeah.
Him and Marmoush, man. Good signings.
Yeah, he's good. Yesterday was great again, mate. He just wins everything. He's so fast. He's so quick. Aggressive aggressive in his challenges on the ball. Very, very impressive. He's going to be class. For me, I'd play him now every single game for the rest of the season. I think he's class, mate. Yeah, I think
you've got to also understand, I think he's a great player because he was playing with our old boy Samba in France, wasn't he? So he's caught my eye a couple of times and I've been watching them. But you've also got to add into the fact, if I'm not mistaken, he doesn't speak a word of English. Is that right, LB?
He probably speaks a word now, but
but you know what I'm saying? He's not going to understand much. And
the first words they always understand is just F4. So you probably know what that means.
The swear words, isn't it? They always teach you that. But no, the point I'm making, a lot of these players who are foreign to the language, when they come in, need usually like 6 months a season. You're already seeing good signs from him very early on, which I think is a real good indicator about what he's going to be able to do. So, you know, he learns the language, learns the culture, learns the pace of the Premier League game. He's already looks like he's settled in. Another good signing. And as Pot says, I agree. Marmoush is the one that got away from Forest in the summer for 25 mil. He's not going to flop. I'd love him to make me feel a little better. But he just looks quality. Man.
Good player, man. Good player.
Yeah, man, it's decent. You know what's crazy about this season is, because we won 1 game in 14, right? But if we get top 4 and win the FA Cup, I'm going to be over the moon, honestly, because I was so down in the dumps, mate. Yeah, like 2-3 months ago, I was like, this is horrendous. We're so shit. It's unbelievable. I didn't see a way out, man. Every game, it was like, we're going to lose. And there was no getting back. But if we can go win that FA Cup now, there's still some decent teams in there. Yeah, obviously, I'm not trying to say like we've got it easy. Like there's some good teams.
I think you'll win it. I think everyone says Villa, but I can't put my money on Villa. I'm gonna go Man City. I think you will win it.
United, mate, they'll scumbag it.
You know what? I think it goes to Manchester, but Wolfie, I know a lot of content creators won't be able to put up with you, but I'd love for Forest to win it. That's actually my pick out of everyone.
Who I want to win it is different to who I think will win it. I don't want City.
Yeah. I think it goes to Manchester. Either United or City will go to one.
United always scumbag something. They're like the scumbagged out or the Europa or something like that. I just hate them, man. They need to do one.
Same.
No, it's crazy, man. It is crazy. But yeah, listen, big up to you guys, man, for jumping on. Chat, I don't know who else is live. Is there anyone else live for potential redirect? Anyone else going on a stream? Any of you guys got a live streamer out?
Nah, I haven't got one on mine. I'm on this morning.
No. Okay.
You're live, I can tell you that much. That's all I can see on my list.
Yeah. All right,
who is live? Is anyone actually live?
I got no one live on mine.
Sports alive. That's about all I've got for
How long was Lee Gunnar's emergency meeting last night?
It was about 4 hours.
4 hours? Fucking falling off. What's he doing?
Yeah, I was going to say.
He's throwing in the towel, isn't it?
That's the fucking work rate, Lee Gunnar.
You know what? He could be like, Potts, and I was like, what more can you really say now? They just checked out.
Yeah, Lee is like whatever. But the thing is, me and Lee are very similar in how we say it. We just go about things very differently.
Yeah.
So
your end goal's the same.
Yeah, it's a bit like Saeed and Rance. I think they both say the same thing, but Rance just don't give like 0 fucks, and Saeed.
Yeah, but Rance is more right than Saeed. Rance sees it before Saeed does, I reckon.
Yeah, I probably agree with that.
Yeah, I agree. I think Rance sees it a bit earlier than Saeed.
Yeah, but he just says it straight.
They are proper shit, United, man. You know they scumbag their way from relegation. You know they should have been relegated this year. Real talk, man.
I know.
Yeah.
If you actually look at some of the
Oh,
games that they've
do you know
won
what
this
I'd
year,
paid
they
for
have
that?
fluked it. They have
If the
fluked
bottom
it.
three had anything about them,
Just one of them, because I could have seen Wolves catching United. Just one of them. And you just look, you know what? When you look back at United's scumbag wins this season, the one against you, LB,
Yeah.
The one against Southampton where they were losing 1-0.
I'd say the away game as well.
Yeah,
when they won 3-0.
Yeah, the penalty that he missed.
Got absolute
yeah.
in that first half, man, and they missed a penalty. The fuckers.
That's 9 points right there with swings the other way. If Ipswich had something about him yesterday, they should have won that one. And Stoke FC suddenly turned up. I would pay good money to see them in the Championship. I really would.
Mate, Z's in the chat. He's like, cry more. Like, come on, Z. You even know you're absolutely cooked as a club as well, man.
Yeah.
So
Cry more. He's got the audacity to say cry more. So are they still 15th or have they moved up?
I think they might be 13th.
I don't have to scroll down the league anymore, so I don't go that far down anymore.
I have to click more standings and I have to scroll down. No, they're 14th.
14. Oh, the dizzy heights of 14. Level with Spurs then.
Oh, the level of Spurs goal differences. They're on -6 goal difference, boys.
Man.
So yeah, I will cry more.
I can't believe how bad they have been, man. I knew they'd be bad, but I never saw this. Like, not by March, like 14th. That's mad.
But Dan, they've already started doing the Arteta stuff with Amorim, man. You know, you've got your fan base that protect. They're fully protecting him, mate. He can do nothing wrong. I'm like, keep protecting him.
You know what? I will say, like, as much as I slate a section of my fan base that I find deluded, Chelsea and Man United are turning into the process now. That's what's happening. Have you noticed this, lads? Chelsea is saying process and all that. Now they're starting to protest, some of them, but they're turning into Arsenal. Yeah, under Maresca. Oh, this ownership, they need time. We need this and that. Everybody wants time. Why do you need time? Everybody needs time. Antonio Conte waltzed into Chelsea and waltzed into Inter Milan. Boom. Trophies. They didn't need 5-6 years.
And do you know what? Yeah, do you know what their fan bases will do, Potts? They'll dress it up like, but the difference between us and Arsenal is that we win trophies. Chelsea can't say that really anymore because it's coming up to 4 years even for them without a trophy. Exactly. So that excuse for Chelsea, United can say what they want to say, but Chelsea's excuse is running out. I think 2021 was their last trophy. We're in 2025 now, so it's only 1 year less than you lot. So they need. I
actually think Chelsea are one of the most embarrassing clubs. I actually think they're right now. I think they're one of the most embarrassing clubs because they were coming up fans like me and LB for trying to make them better by saying what their problems are. And now they're all getting bloody banners out. Hang on a minute. You were telling me and LB that we were deluded. And now you're getting banners out and walking down the street. Well, what do you want?
Man U still the most embarrassing.
You two show with on Straight Facts with Terry. Big up Terry. I see you two show. The Chelsea fans are always on you lot. You can even say something positive, and they're like, "No, but why are you praising this?"
I don't get it from any other fan base. You know, the Arsenal fans, like some of them don't like me because, like, you know, what I mean, I cook them and like banner and that. But with Chelsea, when I speak on Chelsea, like, I don't have any sort of like hatred against Chelsea. Yeah, I just say how it is. At the beginning of the season, me and Popsy would sit there and be like, need a striker, Jackson's shit, go and get Osimhen.
I remember.
Go get a goalkeeper. Robert Sanchez is the worst goalkeeper in the league, cooking us. And it's like, bro, we're not actually like roasting this club. We're just actually
they protect Jackson so much, man. So how many times but Rasmus Højlund cost this much against Jackson, or you know, this striker versus it. That doesn't not make him shit. Right, that's the thing. You need a striker.
Well. I understand why they cook pots because Arsenal and Chelsea hate each other, but you're their blue brother. They shouldn't be giving you stick.
Blue cartel, man.
I don't know.
Chelsea kind of hate everyone, though. Have you noticed that? Chelsea hate everyone. Like, it doesn't matter where you come from. Like, they hate Liverpool, they hate Arsenal, obviously. They hate City because
because they hate themselves. So because they've got this built-up anger about themselves, they're then just angry at the world and angry at everybody. You know what I mean? That's what they're at.
I never looked at it like that. They actually hate everyone.
They hate everyone, man.
Bro, I said on Tuesday, Potsy, I said on Tuesday, right? I said, I genuinely believe that if you would have given me that 1.5 billion, I would have built a squad that can compete for the title right now. Yeah, genuinely do believe that. Yeah,
I agree. I think I could as well.
And these Chelsea fans are in the chat saying you're chatting absolute shit. No way could you have built a title-winning side with 1.5 billion. I thought, are you that literally? I can buy 11 100 million pound players, and you're telling me that I can't build a title-winning side? Are you crazy, bro? They've been conned, man, into believing that, like, oh, it's crazy, man. I don't
ALB,
get it.
would you have bought Jackson and Sanchez with that 1.5
I
film?
would have bought Osimhen. I would have bought a proper goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? And they would have been less than £100 million a pop. And I've still got £1.3 billion left.
You know what's crazy, LB? I reckon if I gave you 700 million, you could build a better squad.
So I swear down. Swear down, man. It's crazy, mate. I think
where is their money gone, man? Honestly, where is their money gone?
And we were saying this on Tuesday. If you look at their squad, you look at it and go, where is 1.5 billion quid? Where is it? Where is it?
But on top of that, they then had to sell their hotels to themselves and the women's football team to themselves. It's so fucked up, man.
It is crazy. It is crazy. Listen, we'll leave it at that, man. Guys, smash the likes. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. I think Rants is going live in like 20 minutes, so I'll redirect there, man. But yeah, big love to Wolfie, Roms, and Potsy. Big up to Dan Chelsea as well. He couldn't make it because he's got a leak in his bathroom, innit? So he did say he'd come on the show. He said, I'll come on the show anyway. I said, nah, bro, fix the leak, innit? You know what I mean? We can't be having him on screen and then his fucking house just caves in. So
that'd be a good clippable moment.
It will be a clippable moment.
Sounds pretty Chelsea, doesn't it? Sounds pretty Chelsea, that does.
Yeah. But yeah, big up to you guys. Smash the likes, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.